All right, in my last video I left off, I installed the HP Tuners ECU in the V8 MR2. And after the install was complete, we fired it up for its first start. Now that we have it running, we can back it out of the garage and over to Boost King Tuning for a full tune. So let's get on the road. I'm over here with Brett over at HP Tuners, and Brett has tuned my previous LS. Brett, what's your history with tuning engines?
Well, I've been tuning probably about 20 years, do a lot of Ford, GM, Dodge stuff, some personal watercraft, and just started doing marine stuff as well, but kind of dabbled in everything over the last couple decades.
Okay, so I recently installed the HP Tuner, the Core ECU. What are some of the challenges we're going to go through with getting this thing set up?
So we've just got the Core standalone on here, and really there shouldn't be too many challenges as long as we have a list of all the parts such as injectors, the throttle body, size of the engine. It kind of has a wizard that you just go through, pick different sensors and things like that, and then it builds a base file based on that. So it's pretty easy to get these things going with the Core ECU. They've done a lot of engineering in the background, so as long as you've done all that stuff, it pretty much comes together. And then the final tuning is going to be us on the dyno, double checking airflow and VE and making sure that the MAF is correct, and then optimizing spark and all that kind of stuff. So really it's just figuring out airflow, matching fuel, and then going with spark. This is a naturally aspirated setup. It should be pretty smooth. And then little drivability things like making sure the idle's good. I know we've got a camshaft in here, so we'll check on that kind of stuff. Those are probably the harder things to kind of like figure out, make sure that they're nice and have good road manners. But thankfully, it's not too crazy of a cam, and we should be able to get this thing to just be a nice daily driver, or you can rip on it. Okay. And lastly, what kind of benefits does the HP Core ECU offer over my stock ECU that we're trying to run earlier? Well, lots. So a stock ECU is limited to what a stock ECU kind of is programmed to do, right? So, I mean, they designed that for a passenger vehicle, whether it's a truck or a Camaro or a Corvette. They're not going to have things like launch control, advanced traction control. If we had a turbo system on here, we could have boost by gear, we could have CO2 systems. There's all sorts of extra triggers, nitrous oxide. Stock ECUs have no clue about any of that. And this is also simplified in the tuning process. So instead of having multiple different spark tables and lots of complicated things that are really kind of unnecessary when you're doing a more performance build, it simplifies all that. There's one main spark table, there's the modifiers, there's a primary VE table and a primary MAF table. So really it's a condensed, streamlined, direct kind of approach. And that way you can tune it well. It doesn't need all this extra stuff. The torque management's simple. Yeah, you can do all of that stuff. If this had an automatic transmission, we can tune that as well. So it has controls for the 4-speed and 6-speed transmissions and things like that. But we've got a manual, so it makes my life a little bit easier too. Don't have to worry about the transmission.
All right, awesome. So with that, do you think we can tie it down and get to work?
Oh, absolutely. Let's get going.
All right, let's go. So something really cool, and actually really love how Frank put it in here, but the Core
it broadcasts back to the laptop over Ethernet. So, I mean, extremely high bandwidth. We can run a lot of channels at one time. And Frank actually installed the included Ethernet port right here at a really clean, perfect location. Fun fact, usually there's a chair here. I'm too tall for the chair, so we removed it, and I sit on these blankets while I tune this car because I can't fit. But anyways, so real simple. There's a little plug here. We've already unscrewed it, and you just plug in an Ethernet cord, and that's it. So on my laptop, same thing. This is going to run back to the laptop. The connection is like almost instantaneous. Live tuning, all that stuff happens really easily because we have the extreme amount of bandwidth, a lot of control with that kind of setup. I think, Frank, you said is the ECU back here?
It's on the other side of the firewall,
so
yeah.
He'll show you a picture of that, but he did a really clean install with that as well. All the harness is labeled. I mean, that was pretty easy, right?
That was like the easiest thing you could think of. A little nerve-wracking at first, but everything went together no problem.
I thought for sure I'd come over and have to help him a few times, and I'm not a great wiring guy. I do everything else. He had it ready to go. We plugged in a base file and it fired right up. It was literally that simple. I couldn't believe it. It was awesome.
It was that easy.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, Brett, we just got the thing on the rollers. What are some of the things that you noticed?
Well, we did a bunch of boring stuff just a moment ago. We were just messing with the idle and just some normal startup quality stuff. So nothing exciting's happened yet. We figured we'd spare you the boring stuff and get right into the baseline tuning. So we've got the base map going. It's actually running really good. So we're going to do some part throttle and wide open throttle testing, see where our fueling's at, check things like spark and knock and how much how the VE's doing and the fuel trims, and then we'll start making adjustments. Right now it's real conservative. We've got the timing capped at around 18 degrees, so we won't see anything crazy as far as power goes, but this will give us a good baseline to start moving on it, and then from there we can refine little things like the volumetric efficiency table, the airflow model, and then see what it likes.
All right, very good. So let's get this fired up. All right, well, from my perspective, that sounded really well. Brett, what did you notice from that run?
So it actually didn't make as much as I was hoping for. I mean, it still made more. We ended up at 360 instead of 356. But I leaned it out just a hair. We did some VE adjustments. There's still a little bit more to go. I'm only at 20 degrees of timing. The engine might have been a little heat soaked, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it cool down just a little bit. From the data, I'm just looking at it. There's no knock. I mean, it sounds super clean. And I know these engines can take 25, 26 degrees or so, naturally aspirated like they're set up. So I think I'm gonna go for 23 degrees. We're gonna leave the fueling where it's at, just another tweak on the AI model, and send it and see what happens.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
All right.
Ready? Go. There you go.
Well, that sounded like the best pull so far. Brett, what happened?
Yeah, no, that was definitely good. I think we found a sweet spot for it. I'm not going for max numbers on this thing. It probably could keep making some power because if you look over here, it actually made 372 and 370 foot-pounds of torque. That's fully SAE, smoothing 5, so we're not getting anything from tricking the correction factor. But it sounded really good. 23 degrees, 0.87 lambda. The fueling's dead on the money now. We're at the limit of the injector, so we're not going to push it any further. But if you look here, you can see I've got a cursor or whatnot right here, so you can kind of see that's what all this data is relative to wherever I'm at on this cursor. You can see it move back and forth. And what we have here, I capped this at a very flat 23 degrees. Like I said, it could probably go more, make more, but or take a little bit more. It did gain power on the last one, so that's a pretty good sign. No knock, no puffs of smoke or anything. But 23, I mean, is more than safe. We're already out of injector. Don't need to keep making more power. It is running 90% duty cycle here. Now we can look at our fueling, which is also mixed into this panel, and I could customize these differently, but this has been working for me. So we can see that we're commanding a 0.87, we've got a 0.86 here, a 0.85 here. And you know, the fuel trims are doing their job to keep you right in there. It is a wideband setup, so this is fully closed loop, so it's correcting to get exactly what it needs. I mean, overall, like 5.3 with a 228 cam in it, mild cam, and you know, some headers and all the fab work that he's done. This thing is running really, really strong, sounds super smooth. It's ready to go. So I'm pretty pleased with it. I'd just throw a little bit larger injectors in it for safety and ready to go. Overall, I mean, super pleased with the results. This car can't weigh more than, I don't know, 2,500 pounds, and it's got 370 foot-pounds as soon as you stomp on it, and you can see the torque curve is just basically forever. And then the power, I mean, it might make a little bit more past 63, 64, but I mean, this is a 5.3. There's no reason to have a screamer till 7,000 right now. This thing's gonna be a handful.
No, this is perfect for a junkyard motor. I pulled 5.3, put a mild cam on it and a spring upgrade. I couldn't be happier with 372 horsepower, and just the fact that we can come in later, add some bigger fuel injectors, and even get a little bit better numbers, some cleaner numbers. I think this is a really good spot to start with this MR2.
Absolutely. I mean, you're gonna have a riot with this.
No, we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
All right, at the end of the day, the HP Core ECU was a simple install. We're able to get 372 horsepower out of it. Now, from my standpoint, it was easy just to do the initial setup. The stock download file got me to drive over here. A quick handover to Brett and his guys over at HP Tuners. They got this thing where it needed to be. So for all that involved, Brett, I can't thank you enough, and the guys at HP Tuners. Now I can get this thing off the rollers and then on down the road. Thanks, Brett. Okay, the MR2 is now back in the garage. I'm overall extremely impressed with the HP Core ECU. This thing has solved all those drivability issues that I had with the stock ECU. Couldn't be happier with Brett and all the guys over at HP Tuners. So for more information on the HP Core ECU, I'll leave the link in their description below. As always, thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you when we take this for another ride.